Okay, let's call to order the Planning Committee meeting for Tuesday, December 17th. The motion on the minutes. Andy, by the way, is on remote. Okay. Move seconded. All those in favor, contrary, carried. Our next committee meeting will not be the 9th, but the 21st. So we're canceling the first one in January. So change your calendars now and I get it all set up. And the only item on the agenda is to the childcare, Chris and Tiffany were to adopt it and then consult. Anything to add?
Thank you, Chair. Staff have nothing further to add, but happy to answer any questions.
Okay, just hang on here. Michael, you're on first here.
Thank you, Chair. I think just a few questions. I got two children in the child care age group, so I just had a couple of questions from here. On page 48, 49, there's a couple of tables there I just wanted to point out. So I see on our page 48, the table 7 there, under the group care, the 3 different categories, under 36, 30 months to school age, and then the school age. So we're quite low on the group care school age. And from my experience with a 5.5-year-old, that's a big concern that many parents are expressing as well. And a few have actually left the city because they didn't have this care. So they've actually had to uproot their families and move and have longer transits to work and such. So how are we addressing that 55%? And do we consider that somewhat urgent? And before your answer, I also see that in our strategic directions, on page 91, it has direction 1, create, maintain spaces. And the highlight there is saying school-age care, best to have spaces on or adjacent to school, and working with the Richmond School District. So I guess, are we working with them to open up more spaces at elementary schools?
Who's got it?
Through the chair to Councillor Wolf, we have currently a BC Healthy Communities grant that we received in 2024 that we will be initiating significant work on in 2025. The purpose of that grant specifically is to address the need for additional school-age childcare spaces. That grant will allow us to develop a new model for school-age childcare, as well as develop business plans in order to create additional spaces on an accelerated timeline. And to your second question with regards to working with the Richmond School District, the Richmond School District is currently undertaking a number of projects to enhance childcare on school sites. They're primarily using a model of repurposing the portables brought in for seismic upgrades into childcare, as well as doing some purpose-built childcare with funding from the province. So we've been consulting with them on those projects, and they will also be a significant member of our advisory committee for the BC Healthy Communities grant, both from the facilities team and from their administrative team.
Thanks. Through the chair, just to follow up on that, on our page 73, again, opportunities to enhance childcare. And one of the things there, it also says increasing creation of childcare on school grounds. And I'm actually seeing the reverse happen in my community of Hamilton. And sorry to send you one more page back, but back to page 49, if you look at all of the areas in the city, Hamilton is the only one with a negative change from 2016 to 2023. Some of the other areas have increased 200 and something percent, 500 and something percent, where Hamilton has decreased. It's the only one in the city, -3. And the visual way I've seen that is Hamilton Elementary actually took away one of their portables that the community association was using, that the school was using, and could have also been used for childcare space. So I don't know if the message is reversed for Hamilton, but they seem not to be providing what's needed. Do you see some other reason why this is the only location that's had a negative drop?
Through the chair to Councillor Wolf, I'm not specifically aware of the circumstances around Hamilton, but staff are happy to follow up with the school district and gather some additional information.
Great, thanks. And then just a final comment then, I know we've had, this committee's looked at developments, and often if a development doesn't want to provide the indoor amenity space, they do that cash in lieu. I think this would be a telling reason why we shouldn't take the cash in lieu. In some cases, at least, we should ask for childcare specific ones, especially in those areas of deficit.
Okay, all right. Just hang on. Carol?
Thank you, Councillor Wolf. Those are really good comments. I don't live in Hamilton. It's nice to hear someone who lives there with their observations. Because when you look at the charts overall, and I'm going to look at PLN 53, it's table number 9. It's outstanding that there are 24,507 kids up to 12 years of age in Richmond, and we have over 8,500 spots. That's an incredible number. In comparison, Burnaby has more children, 29,000, and only 6,400 spots. So I think we're doing a really good job overall. But I'm glad that Councillor Wolf pointed out Hamilton. It's something for us to strive for. Thank you.
All those in favor? Humphrey, carried, with thanks. Okay. Now we'll go forward to the consent agenda and on tomorrow. All right, we have two managers' reports. Pretty good with that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have a brief update. I just wanted to provide Planning Committee an update on the Port of Vancouver's land use plan. There's a recent amendment that was made to the land use plan to designate the property address as 13751 Steveston Highway, which is at the northwest corner of Steveston Highway and number 6 Road, to industrial. This is a property that was acquired by the port a few years ago, which included both city land and private property. The site is zoned for light industrial uses and designated for a mix of non-residential uses in the OCP. Designating this property to industrial will add to the inventory of industrial land, which of course is in short supply. City staff will also ensure that previous servicing agreements with the port are adhered to as well. Happy
We
to
got a
take any
question from
questions.
Carol.
Thank you. Just to refresh my mind, is that the one, the gravel lot that's across from the car carrier lot?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's correct.
that's been like a gravel lot forever. I think it's been used for storage and so.
It was used for, through the chair to Councillor Day, it was used for storage, and currently right now it's just as mud hills or sand hills there
Yeah.
right now. But it will be used for industrial purposes in the future.
There was originally in the original report, as I recall, there was going to be like smaller businesses and then like warehouses as well. Do you have-
Through the chair to Councillor Day, there was a previous proposal, I believe it was for warehousing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So currently, I don't know exactly what the port is proposing for that site, but it would be obviously an industrial use of some kind, and we'll update committee and council once we know.
All right, thank you.
Anything else? Thank you very much then. And who's next? Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to take this opportunity to introduce a new member of the Development Applications team. So Dillis Huang has recently joined us as a Planner 3, and she brings considerable experience in development planning here in the Lower Mainland. She will be primarily working on the 100% rental development applications that we have.
Well, welcome.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the team. Good to
Nice
have you
meet all
aboard.
of you.
We're
Thank
going to have
you
lots
so
of
much.
work for you. Don't worry.
Yes, I'm sure that you'll see me here sooner than later.
Thank you very much. Great. Good. Anything else? Move adjournment? We are adjourned. We have a short in-camera. Okay. Motion for closure and compliance.